Hi everyone and welcome to Hands-On Games. And in this episode, we're going to talk about me. No, the video is not about me, but I wanted to give my hands a rest and allow you to see the face in front of the shoulder behind which the camera's been for the first couple videos. It's a short video for one to say thank you to the people that have already subscribed to this channel. The number is 64, which is awesome because I think I only bribed about a dozen people and a good 8 are family members, but other than that, they're legit, so that's pretty cool. And the second reason for this video is I want to talk about the game board community, both on Delphi and Board Game Geek, just very briefly, because I think the community, for me, actually, is what makes solo board gaming fun and board gaming fun in general. But I promise this channel will get back to the games, the real stars, soon. So I've been involved with gaming communities for about 8 years. 8 years ago, that started on the PC side. I started a website called padresfanmods.net. I'm sure a few of you have probably used it in the past, had great support from the user community, got to work with great developers like Sean Sullivan at Pure Sim, Marcus Heinsohn at Out of the Park Developments, Richard Hanna with both Second and 10 Football and PC Replay Baseball. Had a great time, had a great experience working with the user community, had a lot of people helping me out to get all the files I needed to do the mod files. And for years, it was a really, really good experience. Over time, I started drifting away from actually playing those games though, using a computer at work all day. Really didn't feel like spending a couple hours again on the computer at home, so I started drifting away from PC games and onto board games. So fast forward to today, padresfanmods.net is gone, but I'm all in on my new board gaming hobby. And the standouts today for me, where I draw inspiration to get involved in channels like this and to keep playing the games, Steve Towers' awesome After Further Review video series. Can't say enough about Steve's work on that. It's not easy keeping up a weekly show, so Steve, great job. Paul Dillon and his 1 for 5 blog and newsletter. Also, who would have thought that we could have a successful newsletter that's actually being mailed, snail mail to people, as well as email PDF. Paul, awesome job. You're doing a great service for the community. And then Albert Hernandez over at Board Game Geek. So Albert, again, I came into the Geek only recently, but it looks like Albert's running the show, for at least coordinating the show for the One Player Guild, and I really appreciate everything he's done to shine a bit of a light on games that can be played solitaire for when you don't have a big gaming group to game with. So Albert, the podcasts are awesome. Keep those up, buddy. Good job. So nowadays I split my time with the gaming community on Delphi Forums for sports games and over on Board Game Geek for everything else. I'm more active with the sports games on Delphi right now, posting, etc., than I am on Board Game Geek, only because I'm more familiar and have a bit more friends over on Delphi, but I'm assuming that those relationships will naturally develop on the Geek as well. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but these communities that I'm talking about are great because they give us a place to share our experiences, and they provide a great give and take exchange of thoughts and ideas. For example, when we're playing our games, whether it's a sports game or a war game, there's going to be many times where something happens and you're like, I can't believe that just happened. And you look around and you want to tell someone, and all you got is your dog. And, he wags his tail, but you don't get the same feedback that you might from a real person. Now, I will say the reaction I get from my dog is better than I get from, say, my kids or my wife. It's just a blank stare, but at least with the dog who wags his tail, you feel pretty good, made somebody happy. But then there's the forums. You go on, you talk about your game. You talk about the great last drive the Chargers had to beat the Raiders. Or you talk about that home run that the Padres just hit to beat the Dodgers. Or you talk about your war game, or you give an after action report on something else. And immediately you get feedback. You get feedback from your friends, from people you never met before. Great job, how cool, things like that. So I don't think board gaming would be nearly as much fun, especially solo board gaming, without that experience. So again, just tying this back to the community, and it's a topic that I don't hear talked about all that much, and I wanted to make sure I gave it its due. Now, this morning I received an email from one of these great community members that I've been talking about. His name is Pete Stevens. And Pete and I go back a number of years. We've never met, but we've traded a lot of emails. And he's always been incredibly generous with his time and his collection of ballpark images. And this is a big deal because some of the best feedback I got from the mods that I created for both PC Replay Baseball and Pure Sim Baseball were the ballpark mods, the pictures of the baseball field that you're going to have in your background as you're playing the game. They were a hit, and I'm sure it's the reason why I got a number of people to donate money to my website to keep it running. They appreciated that, and I appreciated Pete and people like him who were always there to help out when I needed it. So this morning, out of the blue, I get an email from Pete. He saw this channel, congratulated me on it, told me how much he liked the videos, and wished me the best of luck, and also offered his help in the future if I ever need it. It was a warm, heartfelt email, and Pete, your email was the inspiration for this video that I'm using to focus on the community members, so thank you very much. Thank you for all the help you've given me in the past, and thanks for the idea for today's video. So to close this out, I want to give a shout out to others like Pete, who are enthusiastic community members and who've been supportive of me and my endeavors over the years. I'm going to go ahead and read from my prompter so I don't forget anybody. There's Jazz Rack from Out of the Park Forums. There's John Connor, Pete Ventura, Steve Tower, Ed Meek, Dave Neely, Bill Blair, George, that retired guy from KC Adams, Bob Haas, Judy Kraus, Gary Brown, and Dan Garlick. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. And I'm glad to see many of you already over here at this channel. So this is going to be fun. And I have to give an extra special mention to Keith Avalone. Keith has been a tremendous supporter of my efforts. And Keith, I want to say thank you. You're an incredible game developer and an even better friend. So thank you very much. Although I am disappointed that our two families are never going to be able to play Cards Against Humanity with each other, because someone would have a heart attack and it would probably be you. Okay, so I feel better now that I've given some people their due and that I've gone on the record as explaining on how important I think the online gaming communities are to our hobby, both on the Geek and on Delphi. I hope everybody agrees with me and will continue to be cool to each other as we share our thoughts and ideas on the forums. The last thought I have is I do a lot of solo gaming. I'm very comfortable at my own gaming table, and I've been thinking that in 2015 it might be time to actually go to a con or two. I gotta admit, they scare the bejesus out of me, the thought of going to a place with that many people. It almost feels overwhelming. And it's not like I'm an introvert and I stay inside all the time, but it's not necessarily where I'm totally comfortable just yet. So if any of you have ideas for a good con to get me into playing games with a more diverse set of people than just my dog and my family occasionally, who thankfully do play games with me a couple times a month. So thank you to them for that. If you have any ideas for good cons coming up, let me know. I do live in the Southern California area. Would love to hear any ideas you folks have. And I think that's about it for now. We'll get back to the games soon. Thank you very much.